100 tips in 10 minutes. They said it couldn't be done. They said it was impossible. But little did they know. Oh, we've already wasted 10 seconds. We gotta go. This video took hours to make, and if it does help you out, be sure to drop a like on the video. It would mean the world to me. And subscribe if you would like to see more big videos like this one. But we gotta get going. Number 1. Zofia can very easily counter bandit tricking, simply using her concussion mine, firing it in the drone hole, and it is going to concuss him and stop the animation. Nock is actually immune to Mozzie Jones. When she activates her ability, Mozzie won't be able to see her on his drone. Maverick can open a soft hatch with one single use of his blowtorch. With your deployable shields, you can get very creative with some of the angles, simply placing it in a certain position so that you can get a mini angle between one object and the deployable shield. Maverick can destroy a mirror using the 4 anchor points on the mirror with his blowtorch, disabling the whole thing. Get a free kill placing down your claymore as Maverick, using your blowtorch to open a hole where one of the lasers point through, and any defender crossing that line through the reinforced wall is going to hit it. You can use the cheese hole technique with Maverick, which is going to create multiple lines of sight for you to get on the enemy and make it hard for them to shoot you. If you are going to be opening a reinforced wall as Maverick and you need a bit more cover, chuck down a smoke grenade and it will cloak you completely. To open a hatch as Maverick, simply go along a 90-degree angle and then go back down one of the sides and you will be able to open it. Now to actually Maverick open the wall, what you need to do is go along the top row, then going along the bottom, and you will be able to open it hitting the panel. Now you can very easily create a mini Maverick rotation in a reinforced hole, only using one canister if you follow this technique. When playing against Vigil, the bars are going to increase the closer you get and decrease the further away you get. Number 13, Vigil's ability counters Lion, and also it counters Iana. When playing IQ, remember to leave the standard barricades up because you can actually use your ability to scan through, take out projectiles behind cover. You can listen out for flashbangs by listening for that sound when they get pulled out, and use this when playing Warden. When a thermite charge gets set off, a lot of dust particles come around. If you use Warden, activate his ability, no particles will show up. Kavira can stop Jackal from pinging her when she activates her ability. The icon will go grey. You can use this Jackal infographic made by user Keyfacts on Reddit to find out which footprints are which. Players can actually crawl when downed into a desk or some lower area to stop a Kavira interrogation they can't get through. Caphalor can use his ability and actually shoot it through a singular bullet hole. When Thinker's ability does activate, Pulse will be able to trap Thinker from a larger distance because her heartbeat is going to increase. As well, when Thinker activates her ability, smoke canisters are going to deal a little bit of extra damage. To hear sound a little easier, make a hole in that soft wall, then reinforce it because sound will travel through it a little bit easier. Number 25, you can actually stim your teammates as a dock player. Not many do know this. Number 26, IQ can spot Vigil's ability on the very back of his body. IQ can also spot Pulse when he brings out his cardiac sensor. And as well, IQ with her electronic scanner can also detect Warden's wristwatch. But not only that, she can also see Clash's ability when activated, which does help out a lot. On top of that, when the diffuser is planted and the defenders go to defuse it, IQ can see them too through a floor. When the defenders go to check their cameras they get on their phones, IQ can also see this one. Now if you find yourself playing mirror and you've got an ace coming your direction, you can actually mirror trick the ace, simply placing down your ability when ace throws his Selma Breacher. Zofia is going to get a smaller concussion time when she does hit an Ella Grismot mine. And it also works vice versa. Ella will get a smaller concussion time when concussed by Zofia. Thatcher EMPs have no effect on ACOGs, you will still be able to see that ACOG reticle. But Thatcher's EMPs can actually disable any laser sights that the defenders do have on. They'll be deactivated. Use your Thatcher EMPs in obscure positions. You will be able to take out the bandit charges here on Clubhouse, but also the blue light doesn't appear for the bandit. Now when playing Sledge on attack, you can use this frag grenade if you time it at the perfect second. On a soft floor, you can use it to actually act as an impact grenade, exploding and killing anyone on it. The Lord Tachanka himself cannot be affected by air jabs when on his turret, and as so it should be. When facing a Jaeger ADS, try to burn it with any useless utility you have like flashbangs. Then you can come in with your breaching charge and get through. Remember, he can only zap 2 utilities. Ash's breaching rounds can actually go through a bullet hole similar to Caphalor, shoot a bullet hole, fire ability on through. Thermite's breach charges do have quite a long range, it's not always over when it is electrified, you might be able to get it on a different soft wall. A vertical Vigil spot is going to be on Theme Park where you come onto this arcade machine and no drones will be able to see your white bars, making you invisible. Another vertical Vigil spot is going to be on Border on Archives. If you come up onto the computer here, make your way onto the shelf, no drone's going to be able to see you, completely invisible. Remember when playing Monty to bind a ping keybind that is going to be easy to access. And the same also applies to Clash, make it easy for yourself. Tip number 47 is a great little villa run out that you can pull off on Closet, wait 5 seconds, jump out the window and you'll be by their spawn. A fantastic Valkyrie camera you can pull off on border is simply chucking it under the sink. It covers the position in great view. Now on defense, treat your deployable shields like mini mirrors. Use them to pop up and down, gaining an angle. Number 50, you can actually team kill your teammate to see if they've got a Dokkaebi phone. If the phone drops, the attackers have definitely got a Dokkaebi. If they don't, well then. When throwing a flashbang, be sure to use a technique where you peek before you've actually detonated the flashbang, because often they'll turn away. When vaulting through a window, be sure to check and vault looking down, because you will see if there are any traps below you. On attack, be sure to not jump with your drone because it brings it into an easier line of sight for the defender. Placing barbed wire directly outside the door, not in it, is going to allow the attacker to hit it on their way up. If Thinker's ability has been activated and you step on a goo mine, it's going to completely cancel that Thinker boost. Thinker's also countered by Mute. She can't activate her ability in the radius of a Mute jammer. Castle barricades are always going to be 12 hits no matter what. Castle barricades also heal themselves. If it gets damaged, you can simply take it down and replace it fully healed. Always try to use your castle barricades at the last point that you can. Don't trap your teammates in early on. You can also shoot out Yin Candelas simply by shooting them with a bullet. You can very easily impact it throwing an impact grenade through a drone hole or simply throwing it over the soft wall like I've done here. Mute is going to counter Jackal. His ability gets disrupted when in the radius of the jammer. If you place a Goyo shield on a window with the canister facing, an Amaru is going to detonate it and die instantly when setting it off. Air jabs can still be detonated even in the smallest lines of sight. You can get creative. And also air jabs can send defenders flying through soft walls, taking damage as well. If you add on a laser sight 4-bucks weapon, his skeleton key, his shotgun is going to be a tighter spread. Kali's lance ability can also take out deployable shields. No utilities safe from her. You can also take out castle barricades using Kali's lance ability. When you shoot Kali's sniper at a clash, it is going to move her shield away from her for a few seconds because of how powerful the bullet is. As well, Sledge's hammer also has a similar effect. And the same applies to Twitch when using her drone. Simply shot the clash and the shield gets moved away. If you need another counter for clash, Caphalor will also work too with his firebolt. Makes it very hard to avoid. A Nomad air jab is also going to trigger on clash. If you place it behind her, she's going to go flying in the opposite direction. And the final counter for clash is going to be a Zephyr concussion. It has a similar effect and allows you to get the kill. After typing goodnight in the text chat after killing someone, it apparently rises toxicity levels by 75%. A great trick for Oryx on Cafe is when you dash into the bar, it's going to remove any soft wall, giving you an angle onto the attackers when they go for the plant. As well, Oryx can also knock down any shield operators. He simply dashes into them, knocks them on the ground. A quick tip for Oryx is when you pre-open the hatches in the prep phase, simply put barbed wire at the top because when you climb up it makes it much harder to see your head. When you pick a DMR rifle, they can also open hatches in just around about 4 to 5 shots. As well, DMRs also have a tad bit increased soft destruction on regular walls. However, if you find yourself wanting to open a hatch with an AR or regular AR, you will have to put around about 5 magazines into that hatch. Now for number 82, when you're repelling as an attacker on a window, you cannot get downed. You always get insta-killed, even with Kavira's pistol. Now as well, the Legion, Goo Mine and Frostmat combination does no longer work. Unfortunately, this one is out of date. A little tip for when you are going to be defending or attacking, it is a lot easier to hear through glass when it has been broken. You can either shoot it out on defense or make sure it's staying up on attack. The best way to counter a bulletproof camera is simply shooting it from the side. From the front won't work, but the side will. The laser on Maestro cameras have a lot of range to them, which means you can get creative and place them on vertical angles so that they can go through a floor. When playing Echo, it's best to waste as much time as possible, therefore you want to concuss them at the very end when they're going to be planting. Number 88 is that Echo's yokais have a big height limit, therefore you can go up on skylights and float back down to gather intel. Echo's yokai will be visible for a few seconds after the ability has been used. Now using that Echo height placement for number 90, you can actually attach it onto many skylights at the top if you want a solid placement. Mute jammers can counter Iona. Mute jammers can also affect things vertically, including drones. Mute also counters Dokkaebi. When you get a call, simply run to the nearest Mute jammer. But not only that, Mute also blocks a line scan. Bearing in mind you will need to stick with the Mute jammer radius. Mute can also counter breach charges and as well the fuse charges. 2 great tips and 2 great counters right there. Tip number 97 is that when playing a shield operator, if a C4 comes your way, simply directly look at the C4, you'll take less damage than looking at the side. Alibi's prisoners will not have similar cosmetics to what the alibi is actually wearing, that's a difference that you can use. And 99 is that to take out an alibi placed on a window, simply upside down rappel to get the angle on it. And the 100th tip is to have an amazing rest of your day. I hope you all are doing amazing. If this video did help you out, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more videos like this one. If you have any questions about the video, be sure to drop them in the Discord, and there will be a link down below where I'm always there to answer them. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.